Season 1, episode 10. We are live. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that you guys make it through the entire video. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Ulysses, and this is the Need It podcast. A lot of support, for those that don't know, have been coming in. A lot of different topics that we talk about. And today is going to be an important one, really, because it ties into, the world that we live in now. A lot of people are out doing their own thing, and it's about charging your worth. So you guys are in for a good one. We have a little bit of background story on my guest, and then also about, how to level up and how to charge more, depending what your craft is. So it's not tying into anything in specific. It's just being able to know, when it's time to do that. And it's an important one, because a lot of people in this day and age don't really know what to charge. So we're going to get into it. Make sure that you guys comment and subscribe. It helps a lot with the page. It helps a lot with this channel, I should say. And it also helps out with the reach. A lot of people love, hearing these stories and these topics. So let's get it out to more people. Let's welcome our guest, a Stockton native just like myself, my brother, like I like to call him, Da Vinci Films.
That's good, bro. Thanks for having me.
La Bestia. What do you go by nowadays?
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. Everybody knows you for Da Vinci. How did it even come up?
My brother, I used to always wear the brand a lot.
Your
the
brother?
Givenchy one.
Oh, okay.
And my brother
That's
was
really
like,
the way to say it, right? Givenchy?
Givenchy, yeah. And then, I got hella shit. And he was like, you should just name yourself that. And then I just switched the G to a J.
Yeah, your name's Jose.
No one calls me Jose no more. So.
No, everybody knows you Da Vinci for some reason.
Yeah.
That's just always been, it sticks.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to kind of stand out, I feel. How's everything, man?
Oh, good, man. Just working a lot, man. That's it.
Staying busy, huh?
Yeah, busy every day.
I feel like ever since, we started working with you, you kind of started off and you were kind of getting out there. Now I feel like I can't even get you over here.
Nah, man, whenever you guys call me, I'm out here.
No, for sure. We appreciate it. I tried to get Da Vinci out actually for a couple of weeks, but now that we moved to LA, it's a little bit harder, and now he has more gigs going on, so it's a little hard to get him out, but appreciate you for pulling up.
Hell yeah, man.
We're actually recording, I want to say maybe like 2 videos that you guys will see, soon. We ain't going to say too much, but he is here in town, and we decided to obviously capitalize and record the podcast, which I think, you're the perfect guest for this topic, charging your worth.
Yeah.
And just speak a little bit about what you've been doing lately. I've been seeing you've been doing a lot of videos for like different artists and stuff.
Yeah. So lately I've been doing concerts a lot. Like every weekend I probably do like 2 shows.
Dope.
And I just got back. I went on tour with HP Records, Herencia de Patrones, Alexis,
yep.
Los de Puerto.
Yep.
We went to Denver and New Mexico for like 3 days. It was cool.
How's the tour life?
I mean, I flew there and flew back, but fuck, man, like the little 8-hour drive to New Mexico, it was tough, man. I don't know how they do it every weekend.
A lot of people don't really know what that life is like. I mean, I obviously have done like little hair shows, and even that, I was in Denver recently and in Utah, and it sucks.
Yeah, it does. Like,
it looks cool, but it sucks.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're lucky, man. I mean, it's cool and shit, but it's a lot of work, man.
It's a lot of work, yeah.
Especially like I had to edit every video, like every day I had to have it done, and I had 4 groups, and I had to do a video for each group, so it was hella work. And I didn't even have like a charger. I had to like edit on the go. Right. And I still got like 4 videos done a day, plus the whole recap. So that's
good. You're the man for the job, though. Da Vinci gets his work done really, really fast.
You have to, man, because like if you film an event and you finish and you send them the video like next week, it don't matter no more.
Yeah, I've had that happen too before, where you kind of have this hype going on about what you just did, and you want the content fast. But a lot of videographers, they do return your work with 2 to 3 weeks, and then on top of that, you still have to fix whatever you didn't like, and then go from there. So I think with you, we've always liked the fact that when obviously you pull up, we get the video done, and we literally edit and we guide you kind of through it. Sometimes depending on what we want and don't want, and then it just gets done like same day.
Yeah, have to. I do everything same day, even music videos. Like I'm done like the same day. I film it and I'm done by like 9. The only thing I might do the next day is like add like the titles, but I'm really, it's because I do like shortcuts when I film, so it kind of helps me when I edit.
Right, you start learning as you go, like depending on what you do with your craft.
Because before I used to like film shit and then like I'll just hold the camera there for like 3-4 minutes, like hella times, and that shit's like 2 hours of film.
Yeah, it starts getting into your head. That's why even with this, a lot of people don't really know, but I've been recording and editing everything myself. And I do have somebody that does like my actual reels and IGTVs, which people like, but you have to understand when it's time to hand it over to somebody else too, because doing it by yourself, that shit's hard. But I've been getting good at it. It's always a challenge, especially with like the programs that you download and then you have to learn it. and stuff like that. But usually I call him whenever I have a little problem and shit.
Yeah,
Downloading.
it's just time consuming. It's you have to like be patient, you know.
Nah, my respect. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know that shit's hard.
They think it's like they forget about the whole editing process. The shooting's nothing, you know. When you're on the computer, that's where you're like, damn, this shit takes hella long. But I like it, so it goes by quick. Like 10 hours feels like an hour to me.
Before we get into the topic, just a little bit of a background story on you, like how you really got started. But you know, dating back to like, you know, you growing up in Stockton. You know, obviously that's where I was born and raised as well. So explain a little bit about how it was growing up and then how you really got into the film.
Yeah, okay. Well, shit, growing up, I was hella bad, man. Like, I was a badass kid. Shit, I got kicked out of hella schools. Man, I put my mom and dad through hella shit.
Yeah. Think about Stockton, and I always say this whenever somebody from Stockton, like, it's so easy to get into trouble.
Yeah, it's like you try to do. You can just be walking down the street and the trouble finds you. Like
right. And
especially me, I had bad luck. Like everywhere I went, I was always in the middle of some shit. I'm like, fuck. Like,
so just trouble was looking for you.
For me, yeah.
You know, sometimes I wonder, like, man, what if we did grow up somewhere else? Would we have been like super into school and all this other crazy? I mean, I'm not saying that's the reason we would continue to go to school. Everybody does what they do when they get older, but we probably would have stood out of trouble a little bit more.
Yeah. See, like me, I got in trouble, but I still did all my homework and shit.
You're always good in school.
I was good in school, but I mean, I got expelled like hella times and kicked out of all the schools. But like wherever they put me at, even like there's a program in Stockton. It's called One School. Maybe it's everywhere.
Maybe it's everywhere, right?
It's called One Program. It's like some
what's that considered?
It's like juvenile hall and shit, kind of like the school they put you in when you get in trouble. They kick you out of It's when you get expelled from the district, and then like no school wants you, and then you go to like another one program. I think it was called One Discover. But then I got kicked out of that one too. So it's another one you go to. Yeah, it's like.
And why'd you keep getting kicked out?
Fuck, man. Just fighting. It's dumb shit, man.
How many fights have you been in?
Man, a lot. You can see that my nose is all broken, hands are all messed up. I believe, like, if you look at my page, like, I have no pictures of me. And then when someone sees me, I'll be like at a show. They'll be like, "What the fuck, it's you?" Like, they'll be like, "How the fuck?" Yeah, like they'd be surprised, like. That's me and shit behind the camera because I was hella bad.
Yeah,
I wasn't the type to like try to fight people. Like people always try to attack me, like try to punk me. But I mean, I wasn't the one. You know, like I have a short temper and I'll be like, fuck that. Like
you never really like let yourself. You didn't back down.
Hell no. Even if it was like someone was older than me or fucking had tattoos under, I didn't.
It's crazy. I want to say it's like a psychological thing at that point. That's in the past. So moving forward a little bit about that, you were able to overcome obviously all the fucking problems that you were in.
Yeah.
So how'd you really get into the actual, you know, videography that you're doing now? How'd you pick that?
It was just like a hobby like 3 years ago. It's about to be 3 years ago. I was just hella bored. I didn't know what to do. Like I need a hobby. Like I worked and shit, but I never really had like a real steady job. Like I think the longest I've been employed was like probably like 2 weeks.
Wow.
I can't do it, man. I don't
even think that's the grace period.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I don't even think I ever received a check from a spot.
That's wild. Yeah, so same here though. I had an under the table job, and I never really had a legit job. Yeah. Obviously, like barbering was always, and even what you do now, like you know, it's still not really on paper. Like you have to really make it your own business for it to be legit. So what did you do in between though? Like you always were hustling, doing different shit?
Ever since I was a kid, I was always a hustler. Like I'll be like when I was probably like in middle school, I'll buy like LED bulbs and put them in vehicles, like and the headlights and shit. I'll clean the headlights. I mean, I wouldn't make much, but you know, I had enough money to go out and shit. Right. And then I'll buy shoes, resell them, you know, shit like that.
Right.
Games. I'll sell games. Like, you know, that was just little side hustles I'll do when I was like a teenager.
Which there's always money in that. So like you were like camping out doing shit.
Yeah,
like
I used to camp out like crazy. I'm talking about like 12 hours. Like
yeah, the reselling business is a pretty good.
It's hard now though because all the bots. Back then when I was like fucking like 10 or 13, there wasn't none of that shit. You have to like go to the store. Right. But I think they stopped doing it because people started getting robbed and shit.
Right. Yeah, the shoe game, it used to be like, you know, there was a couple of plugs and they were able to profit a lot. Right now with the bots, yeah, it's a little bit harder.
It's hella hard. I've been trying to get the Yeezy slides for hella long. I can't get them.
I woke up like shoes too now.
PlayStation 5. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's hard to do it now. Back then it was cool. Same with like when I used to sell like, this is a little later on, like when I was like 21, 22. I used to like buy boxing tickets or UFC and sell them for like triple, but it's kind of hard now too because of bots. Everyone does it now, so
right.
That's when I was like, I need to do something. Like, cause I didn't know what to do in my life. I was like, fuck, man, like I need to do something. Like I went to school and shit, but Like I went to Delta. I graduated from
You
high
graduated
school.
from high school
Yeah.
despite obviously the trouble.
From yeah. I graduated from Chavez, even though I fucking got expelled from like 10 schools.
Especially even in Stockton too, it's a little unmotivating because obviously you do so much bad shit, and then it feels like you're just kind of stuck in this hole.
That's what I felt like. Much as I try to like duck trouble, it will find me. So, back to how I started though.
Yeah, how'd you start? I was about to ask you.
I never like wanted to do it as kind of like a career. I was just bored. I was like, I'm gonna take, because I had a Camaro, and I used to just take pictures of it, and I used to race and shit. And I just bought a camera. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to Best Buy, and I went all out. I was like, I got a Canon 80D, and then the 2470, and then the MacBook Pro. Like it was like 5,000. I was like,
oh
fuck.
Shit! So you got the laptop, you got the lens, and
everything.
you got the camera.
Yeah, like I just went all out. Like fuck it.
The shit ain't cheap. I mean, I spent a good amount of money just on this podcast setup alone with the camera, like easily over $3,000.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, so of course we had some extra stuff laying around that Blanca has used. So the thing with Blanca, she's always improved her setup. So she left a lot of lenses behind that are still pretty good. So like, of course, you know, I pick at those things, but obviously that was the initial investment, and then what was, you know, the after effect?
So like I said, I bought it, and I was like, fuck. I brought my friend Christian. Shout out to Christian, high class Christian. He was my first model, and then I was just practicing on him and shit, and I was like, damn, bro, I regret buying this shit. I was like,
why?
I'm about to go return it. It was like, nah, bro, don't return it. Just keep practicing. And I was sleeping that same night, and I couldn't even sleep. I was like, fuck, bro, I'm 5K in. Like, I'm gonna return this shit.
Right.
Like I was like, fuck, man, I couldn't sleep. Then I woke up, went to Best Buy, and I tried to return everything. They're like, oh, you can't return it. There's a restock fee. I think it's like 30%. So I had no choice but to keep it, you know. And then I just started practicing, and you know, got the hang of it. It took me like to learn how to use it for pictures. It took me like 3 months probably. But I'm talking about like using it every day though, just taking pictures. Like there's a dead end by my house. I'll take a picture of like fucking like the horses right there, because it's like a little ranch right there. Horses, or like a fucking abandoned car. I'll just practice, and then that's how I started. I made a little Instagram page, and then that's how I started.
So that's how Da Vinci Films came about.
Yeah, like
so
3 years
that's
ago.
how you filmed. Okay, so that's how pretty much you.
But the video didn't come in probably till like I want to say like 6 months later. It came in. I was filming like a few boxing events in Stockton, and then I was just recording. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was using iMovie on my phone, and I would just put it together. It looked clean. The quality looked clean, but I didn't really know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah, the thing is that it all, you know, it seems so simple, but yet complicated, because obviously like you know, you got to get your stabilizers and different angles and stuff, and then you put it together. So you learn a lot in those first few videos, just like when I was cutting hair, same shit, right? Like it just takes time. And then of course you have those moments of doubt, like you wanted to return your stuff. Now me, I'm questioning, like, fuck, everybody's going to school and I just quit fucking school to be a barber. Like,
that's what I kind of did.
It's kind of like one of those things that wasn't really a real job, so to speak, at the time. So that's interesting. And then now, you know, obviously there's a lot more videographers now.
Oh yeah,
it's, you know, it's a time that like this shit's just popping. A lot of people actually that used to be doing a little bit of film before, they picked it back up now. Now they're a little more stable, and a lot of things with a lot of people I've noticed, like that are in your industry, they have still a full-time job, and then they do this on the side. Talented, but yet they kind of don't want to go all in. So you've always been all in since you started.
Yeah, full time. Like since I started, even like if I was like, I did a lot, like in the beginning, my first year filming, I did a lot of shit for free. Like I wasn't getting paid for nothing. And you know, all the camera equipment is expensive, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of time behind like the camera and the editing process. And I was just doing it for free. Like, fuck it. Like the money, I didn't care about the money because I like doing it, but I knew it was eventually going to come because I was kind of good at it right away. I was like, damn, this is pretty cool. Like it looks sick. And people were like, damn, you get down. And I was like, fuck. And people would try to hire me. I'm like, damn, I don't think I'm good enough to charge, or what if I fuck up?
Right. So that's how you started. I was about to get into the price thing. So obviously, you know, now they know your journey about pretty much how you picked it up.
Yeah.
Now moving on into the charging part, which in the beginning you started free just like me. I started out free, but then it got to a point where I felt the same way like you did. Like I ain't good enough yet, so I don't want to charge people. And it took me actually a while to actually get people into my actual garage for me to charge them. I had to fuck up a lot of my family members before I said, okay, I'm gonna get my boy over here to actually get a cut. So Of course, it's a little scary because you don't want to just get people and then never go back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're, you know, a lot of times their first impression might be the last. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a while to really be able to actually say, okay, give me $5 or $10 for a haircut,
exactly.
which at the time was decent. But what about you?
I was scared to charge.
What was your first rate?
My first rate, I used to just be like, that's where I messed up at. So this was my advice to like any like new videographer starting. Like I used to be like, oh, just give me whatever you want, and then they'll fucking buy me like a McDonald's burger, some shit, and I'll spend like 10 hours filming. I'm like, fuck it, you know, like whatever. And then, but after that, like, you know, some people will give me like $100, $150.
That's
but
cool.
yeah, I mean, it was cool, you know. Like fuck it, I was hella happy. The first time I made money off, I was like, shit. I was like, this is crazy. Like,
yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing it for fun. Like, oh shit, 150, oh 100, oh shit. And then like, you know, people will hit me up a lot for weddings. But I was scared to do them. Like, fuck, bro, what if I mess up and then I ruin the whole like I lose a memory card or I don't do it right and I ruin the whole like the whole wedding and shit. They're like, where is it? And then music videos too. People will hit me up all the time. I was scared as shit. I was like, bro, I don't know how to do that shit. Like, I don't know how to do the effects and shit. I was scared.
Right. You gotta learn as you go though, and obviously you've done a lot of music videos.
Yeah.
That's one thing I think that was really taking off for you in the beginning, and then you know obviously it kept going, and that's pretty much what you're doing now in a way.
Yeah.
Just on a smaller, you know, scale because now you're not doing like the full video, which, you know, do you actually like doing music videos or weddings?
I never did a wedding. I don't really like weddings.
Yeah, weddings are fucking tough.
Yeah,
man.
I heard it's tough.
Weddings are tough. I mean, obviously I got married, so like I'll tell you right now, from the people that are there, like you could just see it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
the
like,
stress.
It's a full ass fucking.
You need multiple people too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You hire like a whole crew. You can't do it, but you need mics, you need lights, you need hella cameras. Like it's hard. That's why I'm like, I'm cool. You know, I'd rather do like commercials or like YouTube stuff and stuff.
Right. I like it. Done a lot of the. He's actually done a lot of the intros. You did my intro for my actual YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
And you did the one for the podcast, but then there was some little issues.
Yeah,
so I couldn't
copyright.
I couldn't keep putting the podcast up. The intro for the podcast because there was some issue with that, but that shit was fire too. That's when everybody was hyped on when I dropped it.
Yeah, it was a damn song.
But then also you did our Christmas intro, which is like super popular for the family.
Sick,
you killed it that year.
I did both of them.
A lot of different videos that have really like been trending for us. So a lot of people always say shout out to the videographer. So this is him. I think really a lot of your work recently, I mean, I feel like for a long time you were doing a lot of the same kind of work, and then when you started doing stuff, for example, even for my brand, the Sharp and Dapper brand, I said, hey, I want more like a commercial vibe. I don't want all this fucking effects and I don't want fire on my beard. You know what I mean? Like when I'm shaving, like it's cool, but that shit started to become like too much, where it's like, okay, like that shit ain't real.
That's kind of why I stopped doing it too, because you told me, and then my brother did like, hey bro, you had too much effects. I'm like, yeah, you're right. And then I just stopped using them, and it looks better, more cinematic. Is better, you know.
They look like I was in the shower shaving. There was steam coming out. It was really like a smoke effect. It's too about, you know, working on your craft. You know, even with me when I was cutting, I would try to be like doing viral videos and funny shit. And it just, you start to figure out what your lane is. Like, okay, this shit ain't really me. Like I've always felt like less is more. Something more clean and simple is always gonna be like, you know, it's gonna last longer in my opinion. So a lot of the stuff you've done, like I remember I had one that you did for me for like some gift boxes for like the holidays.
Oh yeah, that was tight. Dope.
And that video, just with that investment in the video, like I did pretty good that holiday season on my boxes. So you know, you've done a lot of different work.
Yeah, on the table right there, right, hella quick.
So what's your rate right now? For example, let's say somebody hires you for a video, or a music video.
So a music video depends, because like, if they have a budget, you know, we can work something out. Like, for example, $3,000 budget. With those $3,000, I can rent like a warehouse, models, and then if I need shooters too. What's up with a quick music video? I got 300. I mean, I can't do nothing with 300, bro. It's like, it's too much work.
It's not even gonna pay for a hotel.
It's not even gonna pay for my memory card, you know, like. And then they expect all this crazy like effects and stuff, but normal rate for like a running gun, and I'll be done in like the same day, like quick, and I'll send also like, it's like a package. I'll throw pictures, I'll do a music video, and then I'll do like a little Instagram story promo and all that. Probably 1,500.
Okay.
Yeah, 1,500, and then it depends on, you know, if there's features, but if there's features, it's more work. 6 minute video, and then that means I need like 4 locations. But if it's just like for example, like a Mexican artist that's doing like a solo song, 1,500.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about just like a video that people want for like their clothing brand, something like that simple, like a promo, right?
Yeah, like a promo. Yeah, $1,000. I'll throw pictures in, the same thing. You know, I'll be done the next day.
Okay.
But you know, most people that hire me for that, you know, they'll have to like fly me out, or like, that comes included to the hotel and all that,
Right.
So it has to be worth it, because my equipment is expensive,
Yeah.
And
Well, not just that. I
quick.
think it's not so much about your equipment, but also your time. I think like I always said this, you could have an expensive ass camera, but that doesn't mean you could charge,
exactly.
a high ass price, because like if you don't really know what you're doing and you're not really professional about how you go about things, it's really just expensive equipment at that point. So that's the thing with me, I have some expensive clippers too, but yet like my experience and everything that I've built up, that's why people pay $100.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, I got cut.
So actually, you got cut a couple days ago, but it's still, you notice the difference.
Yeah, it still looks fresh still.
Yeah, so it's under the Da Vinci Films ski mask.
Oh yeah,
but shout out to all the merch that he dropped. So
yeah, I still got some masks for sale. So
yeah, we'll tap in with that website in a little bit. But going back to the price thing, $100, which is kind of like you're $1,000 at this point. Like that shit took a long time for me to charge $100.
Oh, yeah.
So every time people kind of down the whole price thing, it's a little frustrating because I don't really want to dive into it too much, because money is always going to be a sensitive topic, whether you have money or not. Some people just feel the need not to really spend on certain shit. And a lot of the times too, for example, whether it's a barber or videographer, there's always going to be one person that's going to either do it for free or for less.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, some people are okay with that, but some people also, they want the biggest quality.
Yeah.
But they don't want to pay shit.
Exactly.
So that's where it gets a little hard. Now, I think with me, it's more so attracting the people that value the experience, the time, whether it's in the chair or also the time that you sit there and edit with them and how fast you deliver it, as opposed to people that value their money. Because I think when you focus too much on people like that, you don't really get the kind of people that you want to attract. So that's why it's important to be able to like not really, break your standard that you have for yourself. Because a lot of times, even out here, I was like, shit, should I charge cheaper to get more people? But then again, that kind of defeats the purpose of everything that I've worked for. That's why more than anything, the time, and I already know that when people go, they're going to like it. So that's my whole thing. And it takes a lot, man. Like you definitely got to invest, whether it's you actually learning more about the program, studying, which I'm sure you've done.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
What'd you do? Like YouTube, just search up
Yeah,
programs?
I'll go on YouTube and then I'll just put how to edit, how to do effects, and I'll just like follow it, goes to things.
Right.
I just did it so much.
The thing too, a lot of people, there's so much access nowadays to these programs, but yet surprisingly people still don't use them. So not everybody actually studies. Same for me. Nobody really takes extra extended education for hair. I did a lot of fucking classes. I went to a lot of competitions, shit that really just helped me improve. So yeah, like that just keeps adding to your resume.
Yeah. Well, see, people like probably just go on the like Final Cut or Adobe Premiere and they expect to learn it like in an hour, like I locked myself in the room for months until I figured out how to use it,
How long did it really take you to actually learn how to use
Final Cut?
Yeah. What do you recommend right now for anybody that's doing videography? Like what programs work? Which ones are the pros and cons?
Okay, so I have a MacBook and I started off with the iMovie and probably did it for about 6 months. No, probably 8 months. And once I kind of mastered that, that's when I switched over to the Final Cut. And Final Cut took me about 2 years to actually master it. Because, like, before I used to go on YouTube for tutorials to see how to do, like, for example, like, just say I'm doing a video and I want you to come out, like, on fire and shit. Before I wouldn't know how to do it, I have to go on YouTube and look. But now, like, any little effect I see on a music video, I already know how to, like, do it on Final Cut. Like, I'll do it my own way. So it's weird. It's crazy. It's just practice. Like,
just the way your screen looks every time you show me, that shit looks crazy.
That shit. I wish I could. I'll post it right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna put something here so you guys can see.
It looks crazy as shit.
How his actual screen looks when he edits. And if you know anything about editing, you'll notice like how much frames you have to cut.
Hell of shit.
How many effects? Like I edit my own podcast. Like I said, I edit my own podcast and I edit my own podcast, so I'm gonna tell you guys right now, like that shit's not easy, and there's so many things that make you want to quit. Like I swear, every time I'm freaking editing, I'm just like, fuck this shit. I'm doing it tomorrow.
One little mistake, it's over.
I call you for the smallest shit sometimes. Like, hey, this thing I can't cut it or I can't move it. And the good thing is that there's so many things on there that you could learn. Like it's really endless, like what you could add. But people like the editing that I've done on there, and
it looks good.
It works. And you even asked me like, who's doing it for you? I was like, I'm doing it myself.
Yeah, it looks good. Like it's a bitch, but I've been doing it for 3 years now, so it's a piece of cake,
Right. So, really, with what you do, of course, some people might shy away from the price. So, like, really, what do you think makes you different from the other people? Because I know that you probably go to these shows and there's a bunch of people doing the same kind of work as you. So and there's a bunch of people doing videography and
everywhere. Yeah, so, I go to any show or any like event. There's like 20 videographers there, photographers.
So what do you think? So what do you think makes you stand out from the rest?
Like me, I just like to make a statement every time I'm there. Like I have to be the first one to finish. Like I have to be the first one to finish the video or pictures before anyone else. Because if someone else posts it, then it's too late. Like
I see. So
I always try to be the fastest worker, hardest worker in the room wherever I'm at.
I think it's funny because that's such a powerful statement because a lot of people underestimate that. Like you really do have to be the hardest worker.
You have to. Like me. Like I'll do shows out of town. I'll go to Fresno. That's like 3 hours from Stockton. Drive back, hop on the laptop, won't sleep, and I'll send the artist the video like 3 hours after the show. And there's people that live in that city and, they're not dead till like a week later. So I just feel like my workflow is crazy. Like I really like this shit. So I go hard. Like I edit quick. I don't sleep. It's just a lot of sacrifices people don't see. Like the editing process is what takes a lot of time.
Right. Hey, but you love what you do. So it doesn't even feel like
I like it. So that's what probably makes me different. Cause like I said, I go in there and I'm just confident. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill it. Right. Like, easy work. Like, I won't even try and shit, I'll just come in with like a regular little vlog camera and, and I'll get down.
That's fire. That's fire. Yeah. I think, with me, it's also just the experience I think I offer people. Like once they sit down, like, we pinpoint certain things and, a lot of these, I mean, haircuts, for example, they're you can get them somewhere else, but it's like the small details really are always going to be, the stuff that separates you from the rest. So that's dope to hear. Moving forward, what's really coming up for you? What are your plans? Like, do you plan on staying in Stockton? I know that there's work everywhere with what you do. So, do you ever plan on moving?
Right now probably not because I'm always busy. I haven't been home in hella long. Like I'm just at shows every week, or I'm flying this way. So I mean, right now it's pretty cool just staying, in Stockton. I'd be really busy out there. Like a lot of people, Stockton supports a lot. Like they be hiring me a lot. There's shows a lot. There's always shows in Stockton, or even like 2 hours away from Stockton. So it's pretty cool,
Stockton's actually very central. I've always liked that about it because you could drive 45 minutes to certain places or an hour and a half. It's just a little different than here. Like in LA, it's a little more saturated here, more competition. So like it's easier to find somebody that'll do it for $200 cheaper, or $100 cheaper, or $50 cheaper, whatever the case may be. There's just more competition, so it makes it a little more difficult. So
like my goal though is to, this whole COVID thing kind of like messed things up a little bit, but my goal is to, move out here and grow bigger, have like my own production team and stuff like that. That's what I want to do. So I tried doing it.
And I think it's funny that you say that because, a lot of people talk the talk, but nobody's really about that action.
When it's time. And it's free game too. I'm giving them, I'm going to help them out. I'll even pay them and shit. Like, I'm helping them out how to use the lighting, because lighting, you have to learn how to use it. It's a bitch too. Lighting is hella hard. It took me a minute. You have to learn how to use a camera, like different angles. Like I was gonna teach them all that, but
there's so much that goes into it, and that really ties into obviously charge you more because there's so many things that people don't see aside from the actual video that you're shooting. That you have to get good at all these things to be eventually able to charge more no matter what you do. And with people, everybody has a plan and all these ideas, but in reality, when it comes down to work and actual results, not a lot of people are about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's why it's so hard to actually build a team.
Yeah, it's hard, really hard.
I think it's gonna come to you though. Like I think when you find a good team and like you're able to work together, you'll be able to do that and obviously grow your brand. Where can they find you?
Instagram, Javinci Films, JIVENCHYFILMZ. I got Twitter. It's Javinci Films with I think 3 Z's because I got banned on my other one for copyright. I use like music.
You got canceled?
Yeah, they canceled my ass. I had hella, man. I was popping on there. What else? I got YouTube and that's it.
Okay, so I'm gonna link all of his stuff down below. Make sure that you guys check them out. Do you have merch as well on there?
Yeah, I got merch. I got LUTs. I'm not sure if they know it. It's kind of like a color grading like filter. You throw it on top.
Oh, so you sell that?
Yeah. I'll probably use it for this one. So you'll see. I'll add the LUT on this. It just makes your shit look more cinematic.
We might have to have him edit this video.
I might have to edit it real quick.
Some cinematics.
A soft 30 minutes real quick.
He'll literally edit this video like fast as fuck. Yeah, so I was like, you know what? We'll have him here and then he'll do the video So it's only right for him to edit it.
Yeah,
and put it together. Yeah. If not, he's gonna go crazy if he's not doing anything, huh?
Yeah, I have like every day I have to edit. Like I know it's only been 3 years. Like it seems like it's a little bit, but to me it's been like a long ass journey. I'm talking about every day. To this day I've been filming every day. Like I never have like 3 days of not doing shit. Every day I'm doing some shit. Even if I'm outside taking the picture of like my dog, I still have to do something. Like
right,
because I'm scared. I'm scared to like fall off. Honestly, that's why I keep working. Like because if I don't take like a opportunity, someone else is gonna take it. Yeah. So that's why. That's why like you'll see me in LA today. And then tomorrow you'll see me in Stockton doing the show, and then the next day I'll be like in Denver and shit. Like
yeah. So I think that's important though, not putting your feet up. And I've noticed that too. You know, people they're like, damn, bro,
they
like
get too comfortable.
you grew hella fast, or damn, you got lucky and shit. But in reality, they don't really know that you've been really working at your craft every fucking day.
Yeah,
and
ain't no luck. It's all hard work. There ain't no luck.
Yeah, that firm believer in the hard work part, man. I think if you guys understand, if you guys really like build yourselves up to like really know how to grind, there's really nothing that could stop you. Yeah. And obviously you're going to continue to build. A lot of people have that question, how can I charge more? But then again, you look at their actions on a day-to-day basis, and it doesn't really add up to the dreams that they have.
Yeah, like there's people that try to charge my price. And I think I'm pretty cheap too because, you know, like my portfolio that I have, my experience, you know, I've like this year, I've been doing a lot of big artists. So I feel like I can charge you that price. You got to put the work in, like, you know.
Right.
And people notice it too. Like right away, you see my name, like, oh, they already know. Once I go to the show or I do a music video, oh, it's done tomorrow for sure. Like,
right. They
know the speed, hard work. Like I be tired as hell. Like I don't sleep for days. Like 2 hours a day. I don't eat. I miss out on shit. Like
I see the bags.
Yeah.
I see the bags.
You see the bags? Yeah. So that's all hard work, man. Like I don't be sleeping, but hey, like.
Man, people be telling me like, oh, I see the bags, and I'm like, bro, I mean, that should say something, right?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
You see the white hairs on the beard,
bro. I got white hairs too, bro.
That's the experience.
I got hella white hairs. I'm 26. I just turned 26. Yeah, I got white hair. So, but you know, some people don't know what it takes. It's not luck. That's why I get kind of mad. Oh, you're lucky now, bro. Like,
yeah, you get
like
you mad.
You think I want to sleep like in hotels and shit? Like, you know, I want to sleep in my bed. Like, but like I said, like I don't want to fall off. So that's why I just keep working and working. Someone calls me tomorrow or Friday, hey, I need you in Mexico. I'm out.
Yeah, the thing is dope. You know, we went to China and shit. And you know, we didn't speak about that too much, but we did do a video on my channel. You guys can check that out. I think it's still up. So you're just always about that action. Like I said, you're always down. That's why I call him a prime, because it's just like, I don't know. I don't even know how they come up. I think it was because of Amazon. Like Amazon, it's so fast. Prime, yeah. So I just say like you're a prime, and like I love working with people that are like that, and I think it just ties in, and like that's how we get shit out. Yeah, and people can't keep up with the consistency and the speed. Like that's what it is. How? So that's why, you know, we're always, you know, making a name for ourselves, and it was dope to obviously have you on today, and, thanks, and for people to really be able to listen to your story and how you were able to get to the point that you are now. You're going to continue to grow. So any last words, anything you want to really let anybody know, any piece of advice?
My advice to like new videographers or photographers,
or anybody really that's doing any kind of craft, right?
Any craft, just keep working no matter like the money's going to come. So, you know, just charge your words when you're at that level, but just keep working hard, man. Like me, like I said, it wasn't easy. I kept working and working. I will show like old pictures and videos. That shit sucks.
Like, we're gonna have to put some pictures.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Like it sucks. Take advantage of every opportunity in front of you. Like, don't be lazy. And that's what I do. Like, shit. Even if I don't sleep, someone calls, I'm out. So yeah, just work hard, and the money will come in. And that's my advice to every young, you know, photographer, videographer. You know,
yeah, same thing applies to, you know, if you compare any kind of craft that you guys do. Like, there's so many people that do it. It's a little scary sometimes, but that's really what's gonna help you stand out. A lot of people can't keep up with the consistency and the hard work part of it, which is actually so simple yet so difficult at the same time. But I hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. Episode 10, season 1 is coming. Is going strong, I should say. And there's still a few episodes, but if you guys were able to make it through this entire episode, I appreciate you guys so much. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what it is that you guys do. And I'll do my best to actually answer all of the questions. Shout out to Javinci for coming through.
Bro. Thanks for having me, man.
And also stay tuned for a couple of videos that we're going to be working on in these next 2 days.
Yes, sir. Be ready.
Peace. See you guys next week.